Hi, welcome to Victor Growth Classes. In this class, we are talking about the Urban Challenge Fund, newly created fund by the Government of India. 1 lakh crore will be given by the government, not as a grant, but as a multiplier of fund. Okay, let us go deep into it. This is an expected question in the prelims or mains, or you can write in the content in the mains answers. Okay, so Urban Challenge Fund is a shift from the to market-led urban transformation. That means not a grant where you keep this money and do it. This money you can use as a guarantee to take further loans, or you can take PPP, or you can issue municipal bonds. It is available. All this you can make it. Okay. So cities of tomorrow, 1 lakh crore central assistant corpus. Okay. Not as a simple grant. It's not a grant, that you understand. Okay. But as a catalyst. Okay, so every 1 lakh crore they are sending, which will be catalyzed and multiply into 4 lakh. I'll tell you how it is coming out. Okay, so central assistance is coming. We can leverage the market. That means you can say that, see, this much money government is giving. I have this money, so you give me a loan. Then I will create a project for this. Okay, and 50% of the funding has to be come from the market. Minimum 50%. That means it's not like, for example, if there's a 1 lakh or 100 rupees is a project, 25 rupees the central government is giving, 25 rupees the state government may give, and another 50 rupees they have to develop by the other sources as a borrowing or something. Okay, so it is from the grant they are changing them into market linked autonomy. Okay, so they can survive on them. So Urban Challenge Fund into the structural break from the past. Previously 100% we will issue as from the government. Now only leverage finance. That means this money is given, but that is not the only portion of the project is given. Remaining money you have to collect or create or make sure that you're getting from the other sources, market funding and all. I'll tell you what are the fundings available. So look at this. Municipal bond they can issue. They can take loan from the banks. They can also involve private as a PPP, public-private partnership. All these are available. So minimum 50% has to come from the market. Central government is giving 25% is the Urban Challenge Fund. Another approximately 25% can be given by the state government. Possibility. So multiple path is for every 1 rupee the central government is giving, 3 rupees has to be added, so that becomes the 4 rupees. That is what the 4 lakh crore they said. It is coming under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Okay, Urban Challenge Fund comes under the Ministry of Housing and the Urban Affairs. Okay, so it is creating competitive drives excellence, challenging mode. That means you have to implement reforms, you have to create a proposal submission, you have to make it a competitive viability, and milestones should be based on funding. Okay, now what are the verticals where you can create the projects? You can create the project cities as a growth hub, or creative redevelopment, something heritage or a brownfield region. That means already one market is there, developing that. Okay, so transforming, that is possible, or simply water and sanitation. Three verticals are given. Under this, you can create projects in the urban area. Okay, so it is not on any one particular state or any particular region. It is a pan-India region, and any city which has got a population of more than 10 lakh are eligible for accessing this fund. And all the capitals of the state, like you have Thiruvananthapuram, Bengaluru, Lucknow, all the states capital, union territory capitals are eligible for this. Okay, and yeah, this is thing. First loan support they will give you. That means they are giving some fund as seed, as an initial fund. In addition to that, they are also giving around 5,000 crore as a corpus available as a credit guarantee. In case they are not able to pay, the central government will pay. Okay, up to 70% of the loan, or 7 crore, okay, whichever is less, that will be given. So they are giving the initial fund also, and they are asking you to take loan, and in that loan also the central government is giving a guarantee up to 7 crore or 70% of that loan the government is taking care. Okay, and for that separately 5,000 crore has been set aside. Okay, so what are we trying to do is no funding without reform. If you don't do reform, you do not have any kind of funding. So what are the reforms? Governance reform is needed, digitalization is needed, transparency is needed, financial worthiness you have to improve. You should not be a debt always, you should be surplus having, and you should be operational efficiency. You should have proper planning, green infra you should create. Okay, third party verification will be done to ensure that you are doing a reform. So this fund will be available not as a grant, as an initial fund, and they will give you a credit guarantee also. But all this will be only based on the reform if the local urban bodies are doing it. Okay, so measuring the transformative outcome, what are the measurements we are going to do? Job creation has to be done. Private investment should have been increased. Disaster mitigation, like again flood is coming and your city is flooded, then you have not done anything. Inclusiveness, you have to include all the gender, okay, then all the people. Then establish urban local bodies as a bankable asset class. Okay, so this is a roadmap. We are starting this in 2026, and by 2030-34 we are going to end of this implement. This project is mainly for 2025 to 2030, for approximately 9 years, you can say. Okay, so building future ready cities, allying 1 lakh crore for central support with market discipline. Okay, then this is a summary. So 1 lakh will create 4 lakh investment multiplier. It is not as a grant. It is just a support for taking more lands. Okay, project must raise at least 90% of not 90, but should be 50%. I think 50% should be from the grants, loans, and PP, and 5,000 crores set aside as a credit guarantee. And you can make your cities as a growth hub, creative redevelopment, then water and sanitation, and competitive challenge selections you can do, and some kind of reforms you should have done, governance level, digitalization, transparency, all this you could have done. And who is eligible? Any cities which is more than 10 lakh population, and all city capitals are eligible for this. Okay, hope you enjoyed this class. See you in another class. Thank you very much. Bye bye.